It was the first day of college when Ayan saw Zoya for the first time. She walked in 10 minutes late, clutching her books and avoiding eye contact, her hair untied and slightly tangled from the wind. There was something about her, not loud or shiny like the others, but calm, soft, and distant. Ayan stared. He didn't mean to, but he couldn't help it. For weeks, they didn't speak. But every day in class, they sat 2 rows apart. And every day, their eyes met, unintentionally, awkwardly, yet always with something unspoken behind the glance. Then one day, after a lecture on modern poetry, Ian found her outside the library, sitting alone. He walked up to her, nervous, and said, "You always read before class. That's brave." She looked up, smiled faintly, and said, "Books speak more kindly than people." From then on, everything changed. They started meeting every morning, sitting together during lectures, sharing notes, jokes, awkward silences. She made chai from her thermos. He brought samosas from the canteen. The bench outside the library slowly became theirs. Zoya talked about the stars, about old books, about how silence held more weight than noise. Ian listened, always enchanted. She wanted to be a writer. Not famous, just published. He had no big dreams. He just wanted to figure out what made life feel real. They never said the words. "No, I love you." "No, will you be mine?" But everything they did said it already. The way she rested her head on his shoulder when tired. The way he always walked slower so she could keep up. The way she smiled only when he made stupid jokes. Then came the final year. Life, pressure, seriousness. Zoya changed. She skipped lectures, stopped replying to texts, and stopped smiling. When Ian asked her if something was wrong, she would simply say, "I'm just tired." One evening, she didn't show up. No call, no text. Ian waited for hours near the bench. The next day, she messaged only one line, "Please don't look for me. I need space." And that was it. He tried. He texted, called, left voice notes. No reply. Weeks passed. The bench remained empty. Ian stopped going there. One night, he stared at his ceiling and whispered, "What did I do wrong?" Then one morning, her best friend messaged him, "Zoya is sick. She didn't want to tell you, but you should know now." Ian ran to the hospital, but he wasn't allowed to meet her. Zoya had left instructions, no visitors, especially not Ian. He stood outside the ward, frozen. Zoya's mother came to him and explained everything. Zoya had been fighting stage for lymphoma. Ian didn't cry. He walked back home, slowly, silently. Then, that night, he picked up a notebook and began to write. "Dear Zoya, you didn't let me say goodbye. You didn't let me fight beside you. And I know you're trying to protect me, but don't you understand?" 2 weeks later, Zoya passed away. Peacefully, quietly. Her mother handed him a notebook. Zoya had left it behind for him. The first page said, "For Ian, the boy I loved in silence." Inside, there were pages of her handwritten poems, sketches of their bench. Ian held the notebook to his chest and cried for the first time in years. He visited the bench again, but not with food or jokes this time. He sat, opened the envelope, and read the letter aloud to the wind. Then he tore it slowly, piece by piece. Years later, Ian lived in a new city. He worked, he laughed. People asked him if he had ever been in love. He always smiled and said, "Once. She taught me how to love without asking for anything back." Every night, before sleeping, he'd open the box under his bed. Some stories don't end in happily ever after. Some hearts break quietly, like paper tearing in the dark. But even the unsent letters, even the words left unspoken, are still part of a love that never really ends.